Hey, in today's balloon tour, we're going to learn how to make this T-Rex, and it's pretty easy. Let's get to it. What up, my balloon homies? Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you're hanging in there, being safe, doing your thing. But let's go ahead and get ready to look at some of the balloons we're going to use to make this design. But I also want to remind you, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Click on that bell, get those notifications. That way you know when I put up a new video. And also let me remind you that I'm continually adding to the balloon merch, and I'll put a link in the description below. I also have a picture over here. There you go. You can take a look at that just for a second. But like I said, we're going to go ahead and get to our design today and the balloons we're going to use to make it. To make this design, I have 4 balloons. I have my cutter that I may use. We'll see. I think I may be able to break off most of the balloons. I also have a black marker for the old nostrils. And you know what happened is, as we get into this, actually before I move forward, this is about the amount of balloon I have left in each of them. The white has the least amount, just because we're going to use it for the eyes and the nose. I have about it's over hands grip. We're not going to use all of this as well. And then for my 350, I have over hands grip right there. If anything, this is the one that requires the most attention to detail. And then I also have this little, the 160 is only for the eyes that we're going to use it for. So I'm going to go ahead and start with our 350. Let me go ahead and hide this underneath here just for a second. Oh, pulling my drawstrings there. Oops. All right, so so you know what happened is I started to look over the designs that I had done and had on my channel, and I could have swore I had a T-Rex. I do not have a T-Rex, so I'll go ahead and show you a T-Rex. So what I do have is a Triceratops from before. And so anyway, let me go ahead and show you this. T-Rex is pretty simple to do. There are other T-Rexes out there, but I'll just show you, just this version that you can do, okay? So about a hand's distance there, okay, that measurement. And you can try to match these up as closely as possible. Alrighty, so now I'm going to go ahead and give myself 2 loops here. There we go, and they're about 2 to 3 fingers. Go and do another one, so we get ourselves a couple loops there. There we go. Alrighty. Now the reason I want to have these loops here versus just a pinch twist is it'll minimize the balloon getting popped right there, okay? Because I don't know if you normally do this with a single pinch twist there. I've run into a lot of cases where I popped the balloon and it was really annoying because you'd be almost done with the whole sculpture, and that be the point that where it gets like messed up and you got to retwist that piece. So I don't know if anybody else ran into this issue. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. So we went right from there to about a 2-finger bubble to our pinch twist, and then I'll do another body portion pretty close to this one right here. You see that? They're pretty darn close. And then we'll do one more pinch twist here, okay? And that'll leave us with our body. And I'm actually you can leave the tail up or down. It'll be up to you on that point. And that's the nice thing about your balloons. Always up to you. So there we go. That's what we have so far. And what's funny is this almost looks like it could be like a gator. Like this, with little stumpy legs, like a corrugator or something, Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get our 260 green, so we can go ahead and add here, and then we'll add our eyes, and we'll be good to go. Okay, so this tutorial actually might feel kind of short. We'll see. Okay, so we'll do about a hand's width again. We'll follow with 2 loops for our feet. There we go. Like that, and then we'll come right back up here and we'll just max those up. Okay, those loops are about they're about 2 to 3 fingers. I would say 3 fingers, more likely to the case. Now I'm just matching up the legs there, pull that nozzle through there, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna break this off. I'm actually gonna twist it into our tail area here. And yeah, you see, look, I'm just grabbing that balloon, and I'm just as I bring it in there, I'm actually rolling the balloon as I twist it in. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense to you. All right, let's go at least a couple times. There we go. And when you break this balloon off, don't just let it go, because we're going to use it to make the front arms as well. Okay, so let me go ahead and break that off. Right there is pretty good. There you go. And I don't want to let that snap because it could pop and I could lose some of that balloon. Okay, so let's go ahead and tie off this because we're going to use it. There we go. Looking good so far. Let me go ahead and adjust this real quick. So I want to make sure that stays. There we go. Adjust our little feet there. making sure, look, his head got a little upside down, but that's okay. There we go. Okay, like I said, look, his tail just, you know, ended up, in this case, ended up going back, and looks kind of cute that way too. So, all right, let's go ahead and make our arms. You know, a lot of pieces from this art are your traditional T-Rex if you already have one. I just wanted to show you, you know, a way to add like variety and, you know, the different sizes for the balloons. So anyway, let's go ahead and add our arms. So we're gonna do about 2 to 3 fingers for this, and then we'll do 1 finger bubble, 1 finger bubble. But we got our little hands, and then we'll do 1 more on the other side here. So it's 4 bubbles there. There you go. See that? Okay. And then we'll go ahead and secure those. Don't forget to pull that knot through there. So that way you know, you definitely lock that in place. And let's go ahead and twist this just like we did with the legs. We're going to do the same thing. Twist them in there. There we go. Again, just roll this guy around here a couple times just so it's really secure. And now we can get rid of this excess balloon here. We won't need the rest of it. I'm just going to break it like halfway in between that. Souvenir! There you go. All right. And let me go ahead and wrap that baby around there. Good. Hide that away. Now we can go ahead and... Now look at the direction of this that it ended up. That's okay because we were just messing around with it to make sure those arms get in there. But I definitely want the head up there. So the pinch twist and this bubble are going to trade places. There we go. And that'll get them where they want to be. And I like that his arms are kind of down like this. I don't know if you remember from the Jurassic Park movies when he's running, the T-Rex, you know, he doesn't do this. You know, his arms are kind of like down and like away, you know, and these are kind of like hanging down like that instead of like, you know, forward. More like a velociraptor. I don't know. I guess that's neither here nor there. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on to our white balloon as we get ready to add the eyes and the teeth with the same balloon, which is nice. So we go... I'm going to do about 4 fingers for the eyes. Just make 2 bubbles so they match up. There we go. Don't forget to pull that nozzle through so you lock it in place. Now we're going to twist it in there. No problem. So I'm just dropping it in there. In this case, I don't have to twist around too much. So I just went underneath one of the cheeks there. And now I can do my teeth. I'm going to do 3 bubbles on each side, okay? Now, one thing I would pay attention to when you're doing this, this is very important. It'll take a little bit of practice. Just, you know, commit time to it. If you're making this, you know, all the time, it won't take long before you're good at it. But once you get that bubble twisted, go ahead and twist that segment like quick. Once you decide on the size, don't linger or take your time, like, you know, trying to twist this, because what will happen is you might soften it up, and if you soften it too much, it may come untwisted on you, and it'll be one of those cases where once that one untwists, then the one previously, as soon as you try to twist that one, you might untwist the other one. Hopefully that makes sense to you. You know, if you twist it for more than a day, you realize that sometimes it'll happen. One place that you may see this same situation, because we're doing bubble after bubble, is it could happen on top of a bear head, or sometimes if you're making a pirate sword, you know, with that piece of the handle that's a series of bubbles in a row. So make sure that once you get that one, just twist it a couple extra times just to make sure that you don't have to go back and do, you know, redo like some of your work that you did before. So anyway, so I'm gonna do we're gonna stick with just, you know, 1 finger bubbles. You know, you could go bigger if you want, but there we go. See, we got our chain of bubbles there, and they're not perfect, you know, they're not exactly identical, but that's okay. So now I can have that come up here to the front, and now you see it's just kind of wedged in there. You see that? Now I can go back this way and finish up. Alrighty. So again, don't once you know, get that size picked, go ahead and start twisting that body. Again, don't twist it slow, because it could come undone on you. All right, so there we go, looking good. Alrighty, and again, these at least, you know, I would say a minimum of like 4 to 5 twists. Okay, that way it didn't come undone on you. Alrighty, so the same way I started over here and I went underneath. When I get back over here, I'm gonna hold that bubble there, and now I can go underneath as well. Okay, there we go. And that's, we're almost done. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have this and this, you know, just pull this whole cluster here and just have them go around each other a couple times. Let me go, there we go, a few more times. Alrighty, and so I'm gonna stop right there as far as, you know, using this balloon. So now I'm gonna go ahead and break that baby off. There we go, little souvenir, there you go. And then we'll go ahead and hide that piece down inside there behind the eyes. It went in between the balloon here, so it kind of, in a sense, also locked it. Okay, so if you wish, you could definitely pull on this whole segment here and give it a twist if you really feel like you're going to lose it. But you know, the fact that we went under this way and twisted all this should be good to go. Okay. Alrighty, last but not least, before we add on the marker, is the eyes. And so I have a little bit of my 160 here. We're just going to do a couple of pinch twists, and that'll be it. Okay, so let's go and do that now for our eyes. Let's see. I like the way that looks. Okie dokie. There we go. And now I twisted 2 bubbles, and what I'm doing is from the nozzle, I'm going to pull it to split them. You see that? Okay. There we go. I don't want to go super slow, but that's what we have. Alrighty. So I just split them in half. And now I'm going to break this balloon, but I'm going to go ahead and come down to the end right here because I want to tie a couple knots in this. All right. So let's go ahead and go right there. There you go. Oh, itty bitty prize. They didn't even make it to you that time. Alrighty. So I'm going to go ahead and let me go ahead and you see what I'm doing? I'm smashing this and I'm running it down, you know, pinching and just kind of sliding my fingers, you know, on here. And what that is doing is just, you know, getting rid of any air that's sitting inside of the balloon there. And so I'm going to go ahead and tie a couple knots. There we go. Okay, that looks good right there. Okay, and let's do one more. The reason I'm doing this in case is not just because I like to tie knots, but I want the eyes to sit in here, and this will help them stay. Okay, so let me go ahead and just, you know, feed that through there. There you go. Fish forward on the other side. Can pull on the eyes. Let's see. I like the way they're sitting pretty good. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull on it really well. And now, let's see, I got all this excess back here. That's okay. Let me go ahead and hold that up so you can see. There we go. And now what I can do is I can fold it if I want to. Fold it in half and push that back inside there. There we go. And if you look in there real close, let me go ahead and hold it up there so you can see. You know, you can see the balloon sticking inside there. But what will happen is the knots will aid in it staying in there, okay, for the most part. Unless you get one of those reverse engineering kiddos or the balloon artists who know that'll try to pick that baby apart and see what's going on with it, you know. So anyway, there it is right there. You can see cute little T-Rex. Oh, excuse me. I didn't give him nostrils. Let's do that now real quick, okay. The drawing part, I have minimized the drawing part. Let me go ahead and the 1 and the 2. There you go. Now we can smell you. now he can smell us. Alrighty, we've given him his nose so you can scent. All right, there he is right there. Hopefully you enjoyed this cute little T-Rex you can make. Look, it's a 350, a 260, a 260, a 160. No problemo, right? Put him wherever you want. You know, he's not too big that you can't put him on a wristband. Excuse me. Or lately, people putting them on candy cups for like a delivery or something like that. You know what I mean? Scale them up with maybe 646s. Anyway, you know, I'll leave you to figure that out. You guys are smart. So let me go ahead and put him down just for a second. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. Don't forget to visit that merch shop. I'm adding stuff on there all the time. And I'm trying to consistently post, like if I'm, you know, posting on online groups, like on Wednesdays when I, you know, create new merch. That way you guys can kind of see the different things you can get far as, you know, balloon gear. Not only stuff that you can wear at events, but also stuff that you could wear like when you're just hanging out and, you know, something that will feel good to you and will look like somewhat cool too, you know. So hopefully that makes sense. Again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. I love it. And don't forget to also comment down below. That way I know what you guys are up to and whether or not you made this. You know, I'm always glad to see whether or not you guys are trying some of these balloons, you know, because there's a lot of people out there making these types of videos. And so I just wanted to make sure that I contribute and to help you guys, you know, be good balloon twisters. So I'll see you guys next time. Happy twisting, everybody. Bye.